Our Valley, Santa Clarita. We create success for your business. This program is brought to you by Desert Drug Pharmacy. Fast, friendly, and personalized. Visit Desert Drug Pharmacy today.
Hi, I'm Bill Miranda, and this is Our Valley, Santa Clarita, and I'm here with my lovely and very talented co-host, Setareh.
Whoa, thank you.
Setareh, what are you wearing?
You know, I should ask you that once in a while. I am wearing Sterkel, which is located here in our local town center drive mall on the second floor, right across from Macy's. You're going to see lovely, beautiful vintage skirts and dresses, so many accessories, earrings, hair pieces. A girl goes wild in there, so you got to go and check it out. I love Sterkel.
Yes, you do, and Sterkel loves you. And speaking of loving you, you're as cute as a button.
Aww.
But you know who else is as cute as a button?
Who?
Shady. And she's going to tell us some tips and tricks to business.
Welcome back to another segment of Shady Business. Here to give you tips and tricks to bring success to your business. Well, we all know that we're always so proud and happy to be advertising about the product or the service that we sell. Sometimes you get so excited, you want to scream it out. But we all know that that is not always the most effective way. Unless you're my Tío Juan, he screams pretty loud. Well, anyways, that's why I'm excited today to tell you a good effective way to get the word out. Through singing on the radio. Whoa, radio. Tip number one, an advantage, is that it's cost effective. You can save so much more money than doing a TV commercial, a TV interview, printing, mailing out individual promotional advertisements. Try radio. Advantage number two is that it's in everywhere medium. You don't need to be watching something or reading something or looking into something because radio is just playing. All they gotta do is listen and it's there. Well, I hope those two tips have gotten you on board to do a radio advertisement. When we come back, I'm gonna give you some more advantages to promote yourself through radio. Only here on Shady Business.
On my radio. On my radio. Anyway.
Very good. Speaking of on my radio.
Hey, wasn't Our Valley, Santa Clarita on a radio show at one
Yes,
point?
it was. It was on the radio for 4 years. And in addition to being on the radio for 4 years, guess what?
What?
One of my co-hosts was John Evarts.
Whoa.
John Evarts is going to be our guest in the next segment.
Yeah.
He's going to talk to us about coffee breaks.
Coffee breaks. I love it. When we come back, John Evarts from Honu Coffee.
Let's get started.
Check out Senses on Main Street each third Thursday of the month from 7 to 11 p.m. in Old Town Newhall.
You promised me the world. Is this what you had in mind?
Help EarthShare and its members restore balance to the world. Visit earthshare.org and see what you can do. EarthShare, one environment, one simple way to care for it.
Welcome back to our Valley, Santa Clarita, and we are now about to enjoy a coffee break with John Evarts, who has lived in Santa Clarita for 11 years, and with the exception of one,
When he was in Hawaii.
when he was in Hawaii,
Oh my gosh.
okay, he's been here, and he is the CEO of Rent with Classic, a residential leasing and management firm in Valencia, as well as co-founder with his wife, Darla, of Honu Coffee in Old Town Newhall. John lives in Valencia with his wife and 2 boys and 2 dogs, and loves coffee, camping, fishing, business, his family, and God. Welcome, John.
Yeah, thanks for being here, John.
Oh, I love being
Once
here.
again.
Super fun. Thanks, you guys.
And I should say that one of your many enterprises is you're one of the owners of Our Valley.
That's true too.
Ah,
It's all connected, isn't it?
We're
It's
all
Connect. He's a
connected.
magnet.
we are all family.
He's not just a coffee man, he's a magnet.
Well, speaking of the coffee, okay, you went to Hawaii?
I
And you
know.
lived in Hawaii for a year.
Yeah. Actually, that was the second time I lived in Hawaii, because I
Really?
also lived in Hawaii many years ago when I was in the Air Force. I lived there for 4 years.
You loved it.
So, oh yeah.
That's why you went back.
Yep. Absolutely.
Why did you go to Hawaii?
Well, long story short, we went on a cruise, and one of the stops was Kauai, and
Fell in love.
That was the only stop where we didn't get a car, because we knew this beach at Kalapaki, and we thought, we'll just stay at the beach all day, hang out, get a coffee, it'll be great. Couldn't find a coffee, and I was like, what the heck? There's no coffee shops like within walking distance of the terminal, and so while we were eating lunch there, we saw this vacant building, and we thought, hey, that should be a coffee shop, and so one thing led to
you
another.
moved out
and
there to start a coffee
8 months
shop.
later, we were out there trying to open a coffee shop.
But you brought it back
We
to Santa
did.
Clarita.
The Kauai story ended different than we had planned, but it still worked out in the end. We brought everything back, and the location we're in now came available.
You brought Hawaii with you.
brought
I
all-
really feel like that every time I go into Honu Coffee. If you guys haven't gone into Honu Coffee, it's a beautiful little shop, actually. It's so homey. There's a beautiful loft upstairs, and it's like got couches, and it's just,
Internet.
internet. Well, yeah, that's
Free
good,
Wi-Fi.
but it's
It's
just,
kind of a beach feel.
yeah,
inside,
very
so-
beachy.
I know we're not at the beach, but we're close enough to the beach that everybody here loves the beach, so
Yeah.
we thought it might work.
And the other thing, while you were in Hawaii, you didn't just sit there on your bupkis. You learned more and more about what good coffee's all about.
Yeah, and to be honest, if we hadn't have done that, we wouldn't have been able to take this opportunity when it came up. We wouldn't have been ready.
So what is different about your coffee?
Well, I think we got the best roaster in the world.
Really?
His name is Martin Diedrich. He's kind of the godfather of coffee in North America. He actually was just presented with the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Specialty Coffee Association of America.
Wow.
And he is every big company out there. He was roasting really good coffee. He was born in Guatemala on a coffee farm, moved up here when there was some unrest in Guatemala. His dad drug his family up here, and he's been roasting and selling coffee ever since. So it's the best coffee you can get, fresh roasted, which makes a huge difference.
It sounds kind of like you've got a relationship with the person, which I think really makes a difference when businesses work with other businesses, but it's like on a really personal level, so everyone's on the same page.
Absolutely. I mean,
And-
that's what makes business fun.
And you could taste the love in the coffee, right, Bill? I know you have that coffee like every day.
Every day, at least once.
Love is the secret ingredient in our white mochas.
I love it.
Speaking
Sugars.
of white mochas, what are your 2 or 3 favorite flavors?
Oh, my favorites. I don't.
Because your place is
yeah.
full all the time now.
Yeah.
We have a
Packed.
lot of. Everybody
good
knows
reason.
Honu Coffee on Lyons in Santa Clarita, right across the street, almost right across the street from the Newhall
Library.
Public Library.
Yeah,
Everybody
very
knows
close.
where you are
It's a
now.
great-
You're like known.
It's a cool pocket too of a lot of independent businesses, which is not typical in Santa Clarita. There are a lot of chains here, and so it's nice, this little pocket where you walk in, you meet the owner. Like most
Yeah.
of the shops around us are like that. It's
Right.
a very fun work environment. But Bill, I'm not a sugary kind of coffee drinker. I'll put some milk in from time to time, but mostly I just like coffee. But we didn't want to be one of those coffee shops that's, kind of turn their nose up if you want to put cream and sugar in your coffee, because it's really about what people come in, what they like.
What they like. And I really like the fact that you guys provide other options like almond milk or soy milk. So for those vegetarians and vegans out there.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
is the place for you.
Agave and honey is always available at the condiment bar.
Love it.
So what are your favorite brands, or what are the brands that the public likes the most, or the flavors?
Flavors?
The best-selling drinks are definitely the white mocha and the vanilla latte. And as it warms up, the iced versions of those are super popular. We do something.
I see you guys have like a jar.
Yeah.
What is that?
So we do something kind of unique. It's called a cold brew toddy. It takes 24 hours to make. It never gets hot. And so it's got a totally different taste. It's not a tea, but it's closer to tea in the qualities where you're getting all of the flavor without any of the bitterness or acid. So we have a few customers that are regulars because they have acid reflux.
Oh,
and so
wow.
they can drink this without, having
issue.
any pain. But the flavor is so great in an iced milk-based drink. I mean, come this summer, you got to come in and get something iced because it goes down real easy.
Absolutely. The other thing about come this summer, and you don't need the summer to go there, but you have outdoor patios.
Yeah, ton of outdoor seating.
Ton
covered.
of outdoor
Some of it's covered, and there's music. There's speakers outside, so you still get some
Nothing
music.
beats the couches upstairs. I just want to kick my feet up and like lounge.
Yeah, it is.
It's
very
so
comfortable.
nice. And I know sometimes you guys have events where you get together with the comic book store and do some fun stuff.
Well,
So
we're
it's really-
right next door to Brave New World,
Yeah.
which is an international award-winning comic book store. I mean, it's the best of the best. And so we like partnering with them because Portland knows what she's doing, and people who read, comics or books or whatever, coffee is kind of a natural
they go hand
connection
in
there.
hand.
So when she moved directly next door, we were excited, they were excited.
It works
a lot of fun.
perfectly.
The other thing, John, is you have meetings on your loft. You have networking meetings, networking groups. The loft is available should a group, any size, want to use the loft for their meetings.
We had 40 people up there yesterday or Saturday morning for a sourdough bread convention.
Wow.
We've got a group that meets once a month in the evenings, even though we're closed. They'll book it and we'll staff it so that they can come in and meet really in private. So it's a great multi-use, multi-purpose room is what they call them at the schools. But if you go up there on the average afternoon, what you're going to see is a whole bunch of college students. They got their earbuds in and they're studying away or typing up some paper.
Well, John, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. We know you got to get back to the coffee shop, so we're going to let you do that. God bless you. Thank you for brightening our show. We're going to have a super interesting guest like you in our next segment, and that's Dan Sterkel of Nissan.
Awesome.
So make
Thanks,
sure
you
that
guys.
on this quick break, you go take your coffee break at Honu Coffee.
Yep, absolutely.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Have you been a dad today?
Welcome back to our Valley Santa Clarita. I'm Setareh. This is Mr. Bill Miranda, and we're excited to have a friend of ours on the show, Mr. Dan Sterkel, the executive manager of Nissan of Valencia. He's been in the car business since 1984. That's over 30 years, my friends. He started at Canyon, Pontiac, GMC, Nissan, which is the same Nissan as today. And Dan was voted Santa Clarita's top 51 most influential persons for 2013-14, and he's the vice president of the Santa Clarita Valley Automobile Association, a proud board member of the Michael Hoffman Foundation and the Circle of Hope. He's been married for 28 years, has 4 kids, 2 of which work at Nissan, creating the 4th generation of car salespeople in his family. And you might just run into him at the golf course.
Yes, definitely will.
Welcome,
Yes.
Dan. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
being here
Glad
today.
To be here.
Welcome, Dan. 4th generation.
Yeah, 4th generation car sales. Yeah, my grandfather started back in the heyday in the 40s, and he bought quite a few dealerships, and Then he went to go settle and be a used car salesman. Then GMC came after him in the 50s, so I had a GMC dealership that actually went from 58 to 1998. And changed hands with my dad's. My dad owned it, and then he sold it, and I went into my own thing. I never worked for, my dad worked for his dad. I never worked for him, but had a little bigger things on my mind. But and then now my sons are working for me, so it's good.
Oh my gosh.
Excellent. So I would gather from all of that, you know a little bit about selling cars.
Yeah, it's funny that I've been in the car business for 30 years now, and I'm 34. So that's how that works. It's that math stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what I like about your particular dealership is the knowledge that your salespeople bring to the customer.
Yeah.
Customer walks in the door, typically we walk into a car dealership and car sales people don't know a whole heck of a lot about the cars, not so in your dealership.
Well, they're trained. I mean, they're not even allowed to talk to customers for the first 3 weeks until they know a lot about the product. Because this day and age, people come in, they know more about the car than I do, obviously, and more than a lot of people. I mean, they study that car. In the old days when I was selling cars, when horseless carriages and stuff, there was no internet. You had to go to the lot to find out what they even had. You didn't know. So you had to see that. So that was different than today. Today they go on the internet, and now they already know what they want, and they already know what it does for them. They already know what it's about. They already know where they are price-wise. So my salesmen are trained, obviously, to know their product, but obviously they're trained on how to teach the process to the customers. Because customers know what they're going through, at least they think they're going through. I mean, we try and teach them, this is how the process works. It's nice and easy. At any point in time you got to leave, we can come back and pick up from there. So
I can't imagine, you sold cars a certain way for such a long time, and just in the past decade or less than that, technology took over. So that must have been a huge shift in the way you ran business. How'd you handle that change?
Well, believe it or not, in the 30s, they would meet a customer on the lot, and they would talk to them, and they would build rapport. They'd find out what they're looking for. They would present that vehicle to them. They would drive it. They would sit down. They would discuss numbers, and they would close a deal. Guess what? Same thing.
Same thing?
Difference. No difference.
So you still come in, but
the
now
knowledge
they
is
have
different.
The knowledge.
Yeah, they have knowledge, which is great. It's really
They know
better
what
for
they
us.
want. That's
It's
true.
so much better for us than, I want the Ultima sedan, 3.5 liter SL. You know what I mean? They know what they want. Before, what do you even have? Well, I have an Ultima, I have a Sentra, I have a Versa, I have a Cube, I have, what's that? They'd test drive 10 cars just on your lot, then they'd have to go to the next, because they don't know, what was out there. So people coming on the lot now is a higher closing ratio than it was before. Meaning, when they walk on your lot, they're ready to buy a car. It's up to us to mess it up.
Yeah.
So, much better today.
And I know now we want to talk a little bit about $99. But before we get to the $99 rentals, I saw something about you losing over 99 pounds.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
How'd you do that?
Well, how did I get to 99 pounds in the first place? Let me tell you something. People say, how to lose weight. I know how to lose weight better than anybody. I've lost 1,000 pounds. So I've gained 1,300, but I have lost 1,000 pounds. It just came to a point in my life when I realized that, I was always fit in my 30s, very strong, very fit. And then, we had our dealership burned down at the time, and I turned my life, of exercise and fun to working 14-hour days to save the dealership, and kind of, unfortunately, your eating habits go away. But just over time, you don't realize it. You really don't. And one day, a couple years ago, I got on the scale, and it was 389. That's 11 pounds away from 400.
Wow.
So at that time I was going to be turning 49. So I posted on Facebook, everyone wants to know what I got for Christmas. I got fat. That's what I got. So I had a couple people reach out to me, and reality is, we all think we have to do exercise. We all have to do this. It really wasn't about that. It was about diet.
Right.
And I've done plenty of diets. But a lot of them failed, and really it just came into calories in versus calories out. And once I just found, I had to be under 1,500 calories. But once I found that diet that worked for me, 6 months later,
it's mostly diet for you.
It's all diet.
But I know you're
didn't even
very
exercise
active.
during that. Yeah, I am now.
Okay.
But during the 6 months, I did not do one thing. I didn't walk. I didn't sit up. I didn't push.
It was
I
just
didn't
a
do
diet
anything.
shift.
It was all diet, and I lost about 80 pounds in 6 months.
That is so inspirational. Any key tips for people out there that may be wanting to lose weight?
Yeah, it's dedication, and it's definitely diet, and really you get a calorie counter. Get MyFitnessPal. Get something. If you ever want to lose, every time I lose weight, it's
Sometimes
from using that.
I like to point out what what the calories are more than the counting of the calories.
Sure.
Like, what are the foods that you're eating?
Well, I think in the beginning, it doesn't matter. Just eat, if you want to eat pizza, whatever, you count those calories, but it's easier to count when you have either processed foods or...
And people can follow you on Facebook, get so much inspiration. This guy goes on hikes and marathons. It's so inspirational. It motivates me to work out too, because I watch him and you post like where you've been, what you've been doing, and you're so active.
Lots of fun. Yeah, we went to Hollywood sign and we were supposed to walk up to the top, but when you have a 17-year-old son that was on the track team, we ran to the top. Oh my God, it's horrible. My calves are still feeling it. But
Dan,
$99.
I want to get back because a lot of people do not realize that we have one of the greatest car assemblies in the state of California, right here in Santa Clarita.
Yeah, we do. We actually are the largest auto mall in California. So, but we have more makes than any other auto mall out there. So we have a lot to offer anybody, not so much people in Santa Clarita, but, people in Bakersfield, Antelope Valley, the Valley. They should come out here. You got so many different makes to look at. I mean, the most makes in California.
Yeah, and so nobody from here should leave the valley because it's all right here.
Right.
And people from outside the valley should be coming here to buy cars.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm the vice president of the auto mall, and I get in the meetings where everyone is very aggressive. We talk about how aggressive we are. We really are. I mean, sometimes it's misinformation that loses a sale, but really, if they would just take the time to talk to either myself or that's what I like. I've got an open door policy. My door's always open. I'm right in the middle of the showroom floor where people are. Come and talk to me.
True.
A lot of these guys, Don Fleming, he's the same way. He's got that office right there. Come on in. He doesn't hide from anybody. So and if those people would reach out to us, we do our best to explain to them. We'll sell you a car. We'll do our best. We want to earn their business.
I want to know about $99.
$99 down, really, it's kind of been since day one. A 99 down delivers is really our forte. Meaning, if you have $100 and that's your down payment, that's all we need.
Awesome.
And generally, if the prices are too high, generally they'll need more money down. That's kind of how it works. So our prices suck. They're so low. Suck for me, not for you guys. So our prices are so low. All we need is a down payment is $99. Good credit, bad credit, doesn't really matter. $99 down, we get you into a car.
I really want to just quickly talk about. Do you guys give a car away to students?
Yeah, every year we give away a brand new car to kids at the Heart District.
That is awesome.
When we took over,
when I was like,
we took over 4 years ago, the company that was doing it before, and the thing that they had is the kid had to have a 3.0 GPA.
Oh my gosh.
So I came in there and they were hoping to, actually I think it was higher than that. They wanted to lower it, and I said, I'd like to lower it to 2.0. And the Heart District said, well, that's a little too low.
Yeah.
I says, well, no, I want 2.0 and I want 97 percentile. So if they show up 97% of the time and they have a 2.0, then shame on you teachers. You know what I mean? If they're going to show up 97% of the time with 2.0, that's shame on you guys, not shame on the kids, because they're showing up. They're there to learn. And the kids that I've given it away to, they're all, 4.0 students. So, I mean.
So how can someone register for that?
That's all you have to do. All you have to do is have a 2.0 or higher and show up to school 97% of the time. No expulsions, no in troubles or anything like that. And you automatically qualify. You'll fill out a form. I think we're doing it somewhere around the end of April. Almost the last Monday, Tuesday in April, we'll be giving that car away to students, and we'll get like 4,000 to 5,000 people there.
Excellent.
So we'll give away the car. I usually give away anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 in scholarships. I get the community to give anywhere from $500 to $7,500 in cards and gifts and what have you to hand out. So it's a great day. I mean, last time we must have handed out probably 50, 60 gifts before we did the car.
I love when businesses that,
contribute to the community.
Yes, they give back. And it's just this cycle.
Dan, we want to have you back because there's so much more we want to ask you and talk about, but we're out of time, unfortunately.
No problem.
Thank you so much for being here.
Glad to be here.
And we love you in our community.
Great. Thank you so much.
When we come back, Shady, more on advertising on the radio. Welcome back to our Valley Santa Clarita. Now let's just go straight to the enchilada.
Shady.
The vegan enchilada on my radio.
Welcome back to Shady Business. Today we're talking about all the advantages of doing advertisement through your local cost effective, and now we're moving on. Advantage number 3 is that it is endless options. What I'm talking about here is not only can you do an advertisement, but you can do an interview advertisement, or you have exchange offers where you go and meet with the radio station or show and you give them your product, you talk about it, they give it away as prizes, and that way you're kind of doing a sort of sponsorship and exchange. Easy and super cost effective. Advantage number 4 is audience targeting. The good thing is you can schedule when you want your advertisement to hit. If you want it early in the morning for business people that are driving, if you want it late in the afternoon, this way you can target the age range and the demographics of who is listening to your advertisement. Advantage number 5 is trust. A lot of times people build a relationship and a connection with the program that they're listening to or the host that is speaking on the show. So they're gonna trust whatever their opinion is. So if they like your product and they're talking about it, you're gonna get some customers knocking on your door. Well, I hope to turn on KHTS and listen to your advertisement. I hope you enjoyed these tips, and I know if you put them to action, they're gonna bring more customers to your door. Make sure to tune in next time here, only on Shady Business.
It's so true, right? That people kind of create some sort of platonic relationship with people and hosts on TV and radio. So they begin to trust them, and therefore, whatever they're advertising, people want to try out sometimes.
Are we platonic?
No. Anyways, we're really excited.
We are familia.
Only here because our Valley Santa Clarita is mi casa.
And mi casa es?
Su casa.
Bye-bye.
Our Valley Santa Clarita. We create success for your business. This program is brought to you by Desert Drug Pharmacy. Fast, friendly, and personalized. Visit us today at Desert Drug Pharmacy.